Be careful, it's a little strong.
What'd you make?
The black silk mixed with smoky midnight, I think. But I thought the coffee this morning was a little weak, and I think I overcompensated, so.
See, that's the problem. I keep on dumping and dumping and dumping. And I think Folgers usually makes a little bit stronger, too, than the Daybreak.
Mm.
Caribou.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
This camera's a little low. Maybe I'll throw something over our cables as well.
What's that?
This is a little bit better. Where do I put my glasses? Okay. Morning, everybody. Welcome to the chat. Oh, we're still in the ash cam. Sorry, I gotta move that over.
It's okay.
There we go.
The ash cam.
The ash cam.
Nice.
Yep. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Good morning. How's everyone doing today? It's good to see you all. Actually, I'm not seeing anything, but I presume that you're all feeling well to be seen.
It's good to see those eyeballs.
Exactly. So, oh my. I have 18 viewers. Good morning, Jolene Pryor. Oh, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
And
Good morning, Carly. Oh, I almost just spilled my coffee. That would have been
bad.
unfortunate.
So welcome. Yes. Sorry, getting a little bit of a late start. I forgot I had a brief meeting today, so we got that taken care of. Met with our principal, getting some stuff sent in for our. She's doing awesome. All of our school staff is doing awesome. I've been hearing great reports, and I just forgot that I was going to meet with her. I had to sign a quick paper this morning. So
Exactly.
So welcome. How are you all doing? Good to see you all, or welcome to the the chat. Bring those questions in if you got any questions for us. So, hey, yes. Thanks for coming over, Jolene, to see the palm display. Glad you're able to make it. It is very impressive. So if you have not yet gotten out there on right in front of Good Shepherd on Blackfish, 75th Street, do it.
What can I say?
Very good. Actually, Matt was on the television last night. Some of you saw it, I know, but I didn't get a chance to see it yet. Yeah, so I kept on looking for it on the website. I forgot that I could have recorded it, but that's what I should have done. But alas, so it is beautiful. And then he was also talking. I don't know if it showed up on the segment, but he's going to continue to change that over the week. So he's going to put like some sort of red something on it for Good Friday, and then maybe some flowers or something on it for Easter Sunday. He's going to continue to add and edit, and he's still got some palms left because we had lots and lots of palms, but. I think some of them have disappeared, so we'll replace those. And
so I should know this. What is a palm?
What is a palm?
Yeah, I don't know this. Is it coming from a palm tree? I don't think it's. No, it's not a palm tree leaf, right?
I think so.
Is it?
Yes, I think.
I'm gonna look this up. I've just never considered this question.
Well, they were using the word frond yesterday. A palm frond. Frond. Yes. So
with fronds like these, who needs an enemies?
And you thought I was good at dad jokes. Way to go, everyone! Father Ashmore.
Thank you very much.
Week.
I am. So for some reason, I don't get a lot of tips. I don't know what it is.
The palms are not blessed. We did not bless the palm display. So, yes.
What are palms?
Let's see here. Oh, good. You watched Foils War. Excellent. I'm so glad to hear it. You watched season 1, episode 1. We watched
season 1. No, pardon me. Season 3.
Season 3, episode 1. Because I had seen some of the episode 1s. They're pretty much standalone. There is some overarching things that you see happening over the course of the series, but they're pretty much standalone. There's some stuff that you'll miss if you're, and some references that they make, but mostly you can pick it up anywhere, I think. And sometimes I do that with a show anyway. Like, I think that sometimes shows kind of get better as they go along, or they're kind of finding their footing. I sometimes like watching the Star Trek shows, but I generally don't start any of the Star Trek seasons if I haven't seen them before in season 1, because generally they're still figuring the characters out, and it's a little bit rougher. And then generally in the Star Trek shows, it seems like in about season 3 or so, they tend to hit their stride, and that's when it really starts getting good. Or like The Office. That first season of The Office is, it's brutal. It's brutal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Well, it's just it was an import from England,
right?
And so some of those things didn't transfer very well, and there's a lot more awkwardness. And Michael Scott, the office manager, he's a bit meaner in the first season. I was watching a YouTube thing on that about how it said this wasn't working, so they kind of redid his character for season 2 and beyond, and he just becomes more bumbling, not so mean. So it's just a different show. So anyway, so that's why we started Foils War season 3. I thought, but I think it's good from the beginning. But the other thing is I'd seen some of those episodes. So, so welcome everybody. It's the bud of the frond to be.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds great. That sounds like one of those sentences you'd have to translate when you're learning a language, doesn't it? It's
does.
the bud of the frond to be. Can you
Exactly. It's like Shakespeare or something. It's the bud of the frond to be.
Nobody would ever actually say that, but we have to do the, we have to do the grammar here, so let's get it done.
So yes, welcome everybody. Glad that you're with us. What other questions might you have for us?
So I did some research on the question we had yesterday.
Oh, good.
And there are essentially 3 answers. So first of all,
is this the donkey?
This is the donkey. Yes. Okay. So the question is, why in the Gospel of Matthew does it say that that Jesus rode a she-ass and a donkey up to Jerusalem when he entered into Jerusalem? And
Ashcam.
Oh, Ashcam. Okay. And so first of all, there is the practical answer. Second of all, there's a theological answer, and third of all, there's a historical answer. So, this is very exciting. First of all, the practical answer. The scripture commentaries say that Jesus rode the she-ass, which I is particular, it's a type of donkey, a full-grown donkey, I suppose, up the mountain because it would have been stronger and would have been able to ride up the mountain. And he rode the donkey into the city because the donkey was more fit for the riding into the city. I don't know why that's true, but that's what the commentary said. So there's that practical reason. It was fitting to use two animals. Maybe she would have been tired by the top, and so it was more fitting to have the younger animal go into the city and easier ride. I don't know.
It's good.
The second is the full-grown donkey, the she-ass as it's called, is a symbol of the old law. So Jesus rode the old law up to the city, and then he rode the new law, which is grace and truth through him, into the city on the donkey, which is a new animal. So you have an old animal and a young animal.
Okay.
And the third is it's coming from the prophecy of Zechariah, I think? Yeah, Zechariah 9:9. And this is the historical reason. That in Zechariah 9:9, it says, "Your king is coming to you, righteous and having salvation is he, humble and mounted on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey." So, Zechariah mentions both of them. That's partly a Hebrew mechanism. When Hebrew is being poetic, they repeat the same thing in a slightly different way. So you say, "To the store am I going? To the store am I going? To groceries will I get?
To the front to be."
Yeah, exactly. So they repeat it one way and then they repeat it in another. And so the historical reason is when Matthew is quoting that, he is also right up here. He's quoting it and then showing that Jesus fulfilled both of the different types that were implicit in the original pronunciation, which included the two images.
Very good.
So I didn't know a couple of those answers. So thank you very much for leading me on that. That was interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Mm-hmm. So yeah, great. Thanks for doing that research. I did. So in Spanish, they talk about so in Spanish a donkey is a burro, right? Mm-hmm. And so.
And a little donkey is a burrito.
Is a burrito.
Isn't that great?
So some of you know I write some music, and I used to do concerts. I don't really do concerts much anymore, but I used to do some concerts, and I wrote a song called Burrito, kind of about my experience being an Anglo speaker, experiencing for the first time Palm Sunday, reading about Jesus mounting a burrito. Which is just a hilarious image.
And the first time I realized that, somebody, and I had spoken Spanish for a little while by this point, and it just had never clicked to me when they said burrito that they were meaning burrito, little donkey.
Right, yes,
a little donkey. I just started laughing, and the person was like, well, what's funny? It's a little donkey. I'm like, yeah. Okay, fine.
But so anyway, the kind of the point of the song then, it's a silly song, but the point is also that the the burrito carries Jesus so that everyone can see him, right? So that's what we want to be too. Is we want to be like little donkey. Oh. So I want to be a burrito was oh my goodness was part of the key line. So anyway, donkey, coal, foal,
donkey.
Burrito, donkey. Yes. So. There is that. Sounds like Yoda. I wonder which one of us sound. Oh, probably the phrase of the front to be. Very good. Yeah. So, anything else on that? I think
it's pretty simple. Yeah.
Very good. Let me give a quick shout out to my nieces here. I see that they are alive. So let me do my little daily shout out on the Kent Cam. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, Rosalie. Hello, Laura. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Good to see you.
Okay.
I don't make those noises.
I guess I have my slippers on today. I guess I need to... It's supposed to get warm today. It's exciting. So... Yeah. And today we are drinking. I have on display. It's a Folgers blend. A blend of a blend here. So we've got... You made this concoction, yes? So we have our black silk.
Very largely for front. Oh, okay.
And we have our smoky midnight combined into a beautiful concoction prepared by Father Ashmore. So today, hope you're having a good Holy Week. Just a reminder, get those videos in. I sent out that flock note on Sunday night, so check that. I've got some videos. I haven't really watched them yet, but I see somebody so-and-so sent a video, so
Cool.
they're coming in, and I will compile those for each day. Remember, I'm asking for just a 10 to 60 second video about your experience or your love for each of the days, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and Holy Saturday. Different videos for each one, and I'm going to compile those, and I'm going to play those before the Masses on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, just to get that sense of being able to see other people's faces.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I was just going to say, because many of us are seeing so fewer faces nowadays, and it's just nice to see people. And we were practicing for the Good Friday service, which I'll talk about in a second here as well. But we're doing a Zoom thing, and it was just nice to see people's faces. I know that they're on the screen, but it's just nice to see that. So that's what we're trying to do with this kind of pre-mass thing, is just so people can see each other's faces and provide their testimony, because I think that's so good for us as well. You hear Father Ashmore and I talk, but
whether you want to or not. What? I'm sorry. Who said that?
and that's an important piece, but the faith also is about that peer-to-peer sharing about this is my experience and this is my experience, and so that's beautiful. And then so what we're going to say, I don't remember if we mentioned this about Good Friday, but did we mention the Zoom thing that's happening?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
not here.
So for Good Friday, what we're planning on doing, because that's the trickiest part. So all of our services are bilingual for the Triduum, and that's the trickiest part.
I think we did talk about this.
Yeah, all of it's tricky because we have to have 10 or fewer people. But what we're going to do is we're going to provide the link for the English. We're going to pre-record a Zoom conference call with some added things. I'm going to put in music and some other things so people can click to the English link, because we have the experience. We have the at Good Shepherd. What we normally do is we have a choral reading, and so we're going to record that via Zoom and provide that link for people who tune into the service on Good Friday. So live will be the Spanish readings, and then you can click into the English readings. So that was our solution for this year. The plan was to do it more bilingually the whole service, but trying to do that with 10 or fewer people, and we weren't ready for that. So
really tough. So one question I was thinking about, and this is kind of putting us both on the spot, but I think we could have come up with some good ideas. How do we, what are some suggestions we might have for the people at home about how to bring the Triduum into their homes during this time?
Great. Well, there is a family Sunday, the Christian family supper.
That is one of them. Yes, that's a big one. And we have 15 families signed up for that so far.
Oh, great. So awesome.
Even if you don't want to sign up for the Zoom thing, you're still certainly welcome to take the...
Put another quick plug on that. I need to get
okay. I talked about this yesterday, so just a quick plug. On Holy Thursday, we'll be having a Christian family supper together that will be broadcast essentially on Zoom. So if you want to join Father Kent and I for dinner on Holy Thursday, all you need to do is sign up on the website. There's a link on the page called Christian Family Supper. Go to Google Form, put your name, put your email address to which you would like the Zoom link sent. We'll send that Zoom link to you Thursday morning. You'll get that, and you can have dinner essentially with us. While we're doing that, we'll have a whole ritual that's designed to help bring the liturgy of Holy Thursday and the spirituality of Holy Thursday into your home. It's going to be really beautiful. There's if you take a look at the booklet that is on the page right now, there's some instructions about how to do this well and effectively for your family.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
I'm really excited. We've got 15 families signed up, and there might be others who are going to use a ritual without signing up, which is totally fine too. So.
And that will not be on Facebook or YouTube. That will be just those who join us on Zoom. So if there's concern about families or whatever being on the internet, we're just going to be on Zoom.
Exactly. But then I was thinking on Good Friday, it might be a good idea for families to, when they're watching the Good Friday liturgy, have a cross in their room that then you could adore with the priests when we're adoring. So I think that'd be a really good idea on Good Friday. Perhaps during the hours of 12 and 3 when I was growing up, those were always quiet hours in my house.
Mine too.
Yeah. So maybe you could do something along that line. I was also thinking during the Easter Vigil on Holy Saturday, this is a great opportunity if you've never gone to the Easter Vigil to experience it. Now, you don't get to experience the whole thing because it is a bit of a not constricted but contracted rite this year, according to what the Vatican's told us because of the coronavirus situation. So you don't get to see the full extent of the Easter Vigil, but you get to see a lot of it.
Right.
And if you've always avoided it because kids need to go to bed and that sort of thing, this is your opportunity to watch it.
It is, yeah.
And so my suggestion would be bring a candle into your front room when you're watching it.
Yeah.
And light the candle there, because the Easter candle plays a huge part in the Easter Vigil liturgy. So bring your own candle, or maybe start out in darkness, like we're going to start out in darkness, and then turn on your lights and we turn on the lights. Right. Little things like that.
I was also thinking, I wonder, maybe people have some ideas, just as you were saying that. I wonder, we did that Palm Sunday door, which was great, and it was really wonderful to see all those palms. I wonder if there's a way, I don't know what this would look like, but the symbol of Easter, the Easter Vigil, is that we light that big old Easter candle, and then people come and they light their candles from the Easter candle, and then those candles go and light other candles. The symbolism is very beautiful, rich. The idea is, of course, that Jesus is the light of the world, but it also says in the Scripture that we are the light of the world. You are the light of the world, and we get that light from Jesus. So the Easter candle is a symbol of Jesus, who brings that light, and then the light goes out to the world. And it's very beautiful when that's done at church, because the church does start off in darkness, and then because of the light that has come from the light of Christ, the church is lit just from that light, which is
pretty
beautiful.
incredible to see it.
But I wonder if there is a way that, and maybe people have some ideas. I mean, it'd be cool, like if you could put like a candle in your window or something, just that people could see if they are out and about. Hey, I'm a member here. I follow Jesus Christ. I'm a believer. Kind of like the blood on the doorpost or whatever. It marks your house. I don't know if there's a way to do that. I mean, people sometimes have those kinds of things for like Christmas where they put like a candle in their window, but that might be a good idea, or something. If another idea of putting some sort of thing in your window that you have received the light of Christ, and especially through your baptism. This house, as it says, as Jeremiah, as for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. Jeremiah. So that could be an idea. Let us know what you think there. And
Joshua.
Okay.
Because that's when he's
something with a J.
Criticizing people. Yeah, that's what I think so.
All right, correct us if we are wrong. I'm more likely to be wrong. Yeah, were you going to say something more on
that? Well, I think it's important. I just want to encourage families that today and tomorrow, while you still have time, think about how you can bring the liturgy into your home. Think about how you can celebrate the sacred liturgy in your home. One thing we used to do at Conception, when I was going to school, when I was in my 4 years of seminary, we would have the Easter Vigil actually at, I think, 4 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Right.
Very early.
Which is when it's really supposed to be. And why is that? Why would you start at 4 a.m.? What a strange, bizarre time.
Because of sunrise? So that when you
get
to the certain part
I was softballing you there.
Exactly. I was sitting here, I'm like, is there something I don't know?
No. I was feeding you the line.
Because of the sunrise, it's a symbol of Christ coming up over the world. And so the moment that you start the liturgy in darkness with the fire, and then when you end the liturgy, the sun is out.
Right.
So it's very cool.
Yeah.
One thing we used to do is that right afterwards, we'd end at like 7 or 8 in the morning, and we'd do everything with it. So it'd take a long time. We would actually go down and everyone would share a glass of champagne right after that. Yeah. That's a great way that buy a bottle of champagne or something in the next day or two. Those are essential businesses. And so, and then right after, when the Easter Vigil is done, have a glass of champagne with you and your spouse or something like that.
Yeah, something to celebrate. The thought did occur to me. Remember how I said I have lots of bad ideas? I think that was in a rosary somewhere. I have lots of bad ideas, but the idea did occur to me in this situation where we are, is that this might be the year that we could do a 4 a.m. service.
Right.
And then do that, and then whoever is there would tune in, but we decided not to do that. But when everything was new and we were thinking, oh, are we going to have to do this in our chapel? What are we going to do? If it was just the two of us, we could possibly, and maybe we still would, I don't know. But if the two of us had to be in our chapel and we couldn't use a church at all with music and everything. But anyway, we're not doing that. We're having it at 8 o'clock. So everyone can hopefully participate. But on that note, also, it was brought up that I know that live streaming masses are kind of strange, but just an encouragement to when you're watching the live stream, you can do it however you want, but I would recommend that you treat it as if you are going to mass, right? So, because you're attending via live stream or whatever, but I would recommend that you try to make it as massly as possible. So, yes, you can attend in your pajamas. That's fine. That's an unusual opportunity, but maybe that would heighten the experience if you actually got dressed and put on your Sunday best or whatever you would normally wear to church, and kind of set that time apart when you are watching the mass via live stream, and kind of mark that area differently. I think that would be my sense of that would probably be good to do. Again, do whatever you want, but if you're finding some struggles or whatever to making the live stream mass feel more like mass, I think that there is stuff that you can do surrounding that to
I've been really edified by seeing pictures of other people who are watching mass in their homes, other people, families, even in our parish, watching mass in their home, who are standing up and kneeling at different parts of mass,
which is beautiful.
I think it's really important to remember that we believe how we act. So everything follows upon how we act, and especially when it comes to children, the symbols mean a lot. Getting up and getting your clothes on, your nice clothes on, getting ready for mass means a lot to kids. It sends the right kind of message, and so it's important to try to think. Obviously, not sinful to go to mass in your pajamas, but when you're trying to, if you are struggling or you're desiring to make this time a little more set apart, maybe the kids are goofing around a little too much, I would suggest say, hey, put on your Sunday best. Come in here. Hey, stand up. Because that will get them more involved. And how we actually believe follows upon how we act and how we celebrate. And so if we act like going to mass is no big deal, we're going to believe that going to mass is no big deal.
Right. And to clarify, this is really this is not like coming out, boy, I've heard reports about things. No. Not at all. It was actually coming more from what I was hearing about from the school, and how the school teachers had to say, put some kind of parameters of, okay, I know you're at your home or whatever, but this is not a time to snuggle with your dog or whatever. Act like you are in the classroom, right?
We've all been seeing those videos of people having Zoom mistakes online too. Right. We don't want some of those Zoom mistakes to happen.
So anyway, that's where that's kind of really coming from, is that same kind of idea. Act like you would in a classroom. Well, I'd say, maybe that's transferable too. Act like you're at the mass, and whatever that would mean for you. Just a recommendation, by no means a requirement, but as you're watching the mass, that might make it more massly. So.
Right. I was always really impressed. We went down when I was a senior at Conception to, I believe it's St. Monica's in Kansas City, Missouri, and it's an African American community. I believe it's St. Monica's. I believe it is too. And they celebrate very beautifully the mass there and all. But I was so impressed by the culture that the community have of getting dressed for mass. Everybody was in their Sunday best, and it really did make it seem like they were going to something really special. And it really struck me that, oh my goodness, all these men have these incredible suits on with hats, and women have these hats on, and they're going to something special. Right. I thought that's a beautiful way to consider what we're doing.
Sure.
We're not only getting dressed. We're not getting dressed necessarily because God likes us having nicer clothes on. Right. It's for our sake.
Right. There was have you seen that movie, The Family Man?
No.
It's a great movie. It's kind of a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Starring Nicolas Cage. It's one of my sister's favorite. Not the sister I think that's watching, although I think she likes Family Man too. But another sister really enjoys the show, The Family Man. So it stars Nicolas Cage, and he's this very successful the premise is he's this very successful businessman in New York who decided to separate with his girlfriend or whatever, like 10 or 15 years beforehand, and because he wanted to pursue this opportunity. So I think that it kind of opens up with their at the airport, and he decides, instead of getting on the plane to go with her, to be with her, he says, I've got to take this business opportunity. And
Okay.
because of that, he loses her. Okay?
Okay.
So then this like magic fairy comes along or whatever, and it sets up
Deus
this
Ex Machina.
kind
Anyways.
of well, it
I'm
sets
just
up this thing where he gets to experience what life would have been like had he married her and
okay.
not gone and pursued this business
Oh,
thing.
that's so sad. Okay.
And so it's a beautiful movie, and it really talks about the beauty of the family, because I think he's instead of New York City, he's in Jersey or whatever, and he's living in this modest house, and he's got toys all over the place, and he's not, living what he just his own life or whatever. And he really it really bothers him at first, because he ends up with this woman, right? Well, this is what it would have looked like. And he gets a taste of it. It's a beautiful movie. But anyway, he says that the whole thing is to say that a big part of him wants to get back to that New York life. And he puts on this like $1,000 suit, and he says, just putting on this suit makes me feel like a man or something, or makes me feel full or something. It's a great line. The idea is that those clothes, it gives a whole different sense of how you feel. But
Certainly. Huh.
anyway, it's a great movie, Family Man, starring Nicolas Cage. I'm not a big... And Tia Carrera? I don't remember. And someone can post on there. But Family Man, if you're looking for pretty much mostly family movie. I think it's pretty much safe. There's a scene at the beginning where, Nicolas Cage, he's a New York single man doing maybe what New York single men, successful businessmen might do.
Buying bagels in the morning.
Exactly.
that sort of
Right.
thing,
Yeah. So anyway,
Joanne mentioned
to fast before mass to add to the solemnity. Absolutely. I think that's great. So,
absolutely.
very good. And then okay, Kathleen. Okay, I thought you did. I couldn't remember, Kathleen. Then Lori mentioned Tia Leone. Thank you. Tia Carrera. I think she's a different person. Lori Lang mentioned will we did to open a Zoom account in order.
Probably have to. Will we have to open it?
I think that you will provide a link. The link has been provided.
It's not been provided just yet, but
Okay.
it will be.
Yeah.
I think you'll click the link, and then the link will take you to the Zoom webpage, and they'll give you all the instructions.
Right.
It's very easy.
Very easy. And if you've never done Zoom, I think you download the software or whatever, and then you can Zoom. But you don't really need a Zoom account, I don't think. I don't remember. It was so easy. I just set it up for the first time 2 weeks ago or something.
Exactly. It takes 2 minutes at most to do the whole process.
And all the lectors that are doing that Good Friday thing, some of them hadn't done Zoom before, so but they were able to figure it out. So it's real simple.
Yeah.
So. Okay. What other questions might you have, or do you have any? We have an echo.
I have a feast day too. What feast day is it?
I have an echo. Why do I have an echo?
Do we tell us if anybody else hears an echo?
Okay.
That's not always our system.
Yeah. Happy Feast Day.
Is it my feast? So it's not St. Nicholas feast day. It's not St. Stephen feast day.
It's not Ash Wednesday.
It's not Ash Wednesday. Yeah. What feast day is it, Cece? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
It is the Christmas day though
This is
today.
true.
So normally we would have what's called the okay, no echo for Joanne. No echo over there for Marilyn. So normally on the Tuesday of Holy Week we have what's called the Chrism Mass, where the bishop blesses the oil, the three oils, the chrism oil, the catechumenate oil, and the oil of the sick. And it's a beautiful ceremony, and all the priests are there as well. If there's one event throughout the entire year that all the priests are at, it's the Chrism Mass.
True.
Secondarily for a priesthood ordination, but the one if there's one event that all the priests are at, it's the Chrism Mass. And I think part of that, it might have arisen out of practicality, because what happens is the bishop blesses the oil, which then go out to all the churches, right?
Right.
And so how that might have arisen then is like the priests need to go get those, and that's true. We still need to get those because we need them by Holy Saturday, and it's really supposed to be on Holy Thursday. That's the idea. It's the Holy Thursday morning mass. But for most dioceses, it's just too complicated because people are coming from grand distances. They can't get the oil and they get back to
If
their
you live
evening
in
masses.
Maryville, it's a pretty long drive.
It is,
to
right.
get back for the evening mass.
Right. So most places either do it like a week before, we do it the Tuesday before. So then, and I don't know the history of it, but maybe that's how that arose as well. The priests then make a recommitment to their priestly promises, how we are committed to pray.
I didn't even think about that. You're right. This would have been this would have been my first time to recommit to the priestly promises.
Right.
Wow, I didn't consider that.
So, yes. So
no concerns. It's okay.
hang in there, Father Ashmore. You're doing great. But it's a beautiful ceremony, and it's really neat, I think, for me, and I think for lots of people to see the priest standing there in unison saying that, yeah, we're recommitted to this, and we're going to try to live a holiness of life for another year. But what we're doing then at 11 o'clock is the Archbishop, I think this is great, ties into the Zoom, is he's having a Zoom meeting with all the priests, which I think is lovely. So it's a chance for us to at least kind of see each other and communicate with our bishop. And he's, as I mentioned before, the bishop has been very good, very supportive. He gave me a call a couple weeks ago, checking in on me. He's been working hard. So it'll be nice to attend that Zoom meeting with the rest of the priests of the diocese and just have a little bit of fraternity in our distancing. Because we are distanced also. I was just thinking about that today. I miss seeing you. I mean, I know that one thing that has touched my heart is how much people really miss the Mass and how much people miss Eucharist and how much people miss the experience at Good Shepherd. And that's something that I think we can take for granted, and you don't know what you've got until it's gone, those kinds of things. And hopefully we won't forget it again, right? It's easy to forget those things. But I was just reflecting on that. So you miss it, but don't forget that we miss it as well. Neither of us really do. I mean, it's the Mass, but I would prefer to celebrate Mass, Sunday Mass, with the congregation, seeing all of your smiling faces. So it's tough on us too. So it's nice to be able to connect with the rest of the priests. So. Okay. Very good. Memorial of St. John the Baptist of La Salle.
Okay.
I still don't know what that has to do with you.
Yeah, neither do I. There might be something of which I'm not aware, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is it time for Father Ashmore's spiritual nugget, or do you have a spiritual nugget today?
I have some books, but I think we've already talked about them, so I think I'll just keep them until next time.
Okay.
So,
very good.
So keep on hold.
Very good. Does anybody else have anything else? What are you doing? We usually ask. Please share what you're doing, what you're reading, what you are taking in, how you are keeping community in the distance. We are continuing to look for ideas, and share also your ideas of what you are going to be, what you are doing to keep the Triduum, keep Holy Week holy. So. Tonight we were also supposed to do the 7 last words, which I was really looking forward to.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be beautiful.
That's
Raffaele, our awesome new music director, was going to do, it's those H's again. Is it Haydn or Handel? Haydn, right? Haydn?
Haydn sounds right, but I don't know.
Okay. So anyway, there's a violin concerto based on the 7 last words. And Raffaele, as you know, he has a classical music background, and he is the director of, I think, the Overland Park Symphony or something.
I think that's right.
Because you went and saw the performance,
I did, yeah,
right?
he did a marvelous job.
Yeah. So he was going to do the 7 last words, and then we were going to have reflections interspersed. So before each word. So 7 last words are kind of the 7 last phrases, really, of I thirst, woman, behold your son, behold your mother, Father, forgive them, they know not what they do. All those different phrases that Jesus says from the cross. And that was supposed to be tonight. It was supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm missing that. All these things that we're missing. But next year, it's going to be awesome. But yeah, share what else you are doing. I think that pretty much wraps up everything here. Any other questions or thing? I think we're pretty much at our time here.
I think we are.
So
thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and we will be back tomorrow. We're here all week, so 10 o'clock every day. Sorry we're a little late getting started today. We'll try to be on time tomorrow. But yes, we are on for Holy Thursday and Good Friday as well. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We will see you then.
Tomorrow we should have school mass too. Right?
Tomorrow we have school mass, right? You're on for that, I think.
I should be indeed.
And I've got to get the. I'll try to. It was a great recommendation to put the music, put like a worship aid together or something, a virtual worship aid, so people can have the music. So I'll try to put that together.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Well, we will see you tomorrow.
We got
tonight. So the rest of the program schedule for today is 5 o'clock Rosary in Spanish, 6 o'clock Mass, and then tonight Tuesday night live with my co-host Michael Sheeran, and we will be continuing talking through the Catechism about prayer, and particularly with distractions in prayer today. So Father Ashmore, have you ever been distracted in prayer?
No.
Oh,
no.
Wow. See, look at this holy guy.
No, that's not true.
The feast day of St. Nicholas of Ashmore.
And on a side note, this is really cool. I know you're trying to get going. I'm sorry. There is actually a town in England called Ashmore, England, and there's a St. Nicholas Church in Ashmore, England.
Well,
isn't that cool?
It is cool. Very good. All right, so hopefully we'll see you for the rest of the programming schedule, and have a beautiful day.
Thank you all very much.